Hello friends, today I'll be looking at source in mathematics. So first of all, we need to know what sorts are. Sorts are square root of numbers that are irrational. For example, square root of 2 is an example of sort because it cannot be simplified further. So unlike, for instance, square root of 4 can be simplified further. So this is not an example of sort because square root of 4 is 2. So this is not solved. But this example, square root of 2 is an example of solved because it cannot be simplified further. The square it doesn't have exact decimal, so it gives irrational number. So this is an example of solved, why this is not an example of solved because it can be simplified further to give us 2. So I'm going to be looking at laws, or rather rules of sorts. So I'm going to write rules of sort. Now the first rule, we have 3 major rules that guide sort. Now the first one is if you have sort A multiplied by sort A, that's multiplication law, this is going to give us A. Because when you turn this by this, it's going to give us sort A square. And the square root of sort A square is going to give us A. So the second one, because sort A square is 2, so the square root is A. The second one is going to be when you have sort AB, this is supposed to be the same as sort A multiplied by sort B. Because you multiply sort by sort. If you multiply sort A by sort B, you're going to have sort AB. So the third law, if you have, for instance, all A over B, all square roots, this is the same thing as, or rather is equal to, square root of A divided by square root of B. So these are the 3 major rules in sort. So I have few examples I'll be looking at, so I will apply these laws. So I have to draw a line here. I'm going to write examples. So I'll be applying these laws, rules of sorts. The first example, let's say simplify the following expressions. First one, for instance, if I have square root of 28, 2, square root of 45, 3, square root of 12 over 9, this is 12 over 9, 4, square root of 27, not other 27, I'm going to have square 4, sorry, let me have 4 sod 2 minus 7 sod 2 plus 2 sod 9. So I'm going to have the 51 as square root of 27 minus 4 sod 3 plus 2 sod 9. Okay, maybe I should change this to 4 sod 2 minus 7 sod 2 plus. Okay, maybe I should use sod 2 here. Just sod 2. Sod 2. I'm going to draw my line again. Okay, let's look at these 5 questions. I'm going to write solutions. Solution. Okay, the first one says simplify sod 28. The first one. So sod 28 is supposed to be equal to, so applying this first law here, this sod 28, because you can't get square root of 28 directly. So what you need to do is to break it down, apply the first law. So this is going to be sod. If you break 28 down, you're going to have sod 4 times sod 7. Because you know that 4 times 7 is 28. So, and you know that square root of 4 is not a sod because you can simplify it further. That is, you can get the square root of 4, which is 2. But this is actually a sod because you can simplify 7 further. So what I'm going to do here is to say this is equal to square root of 4 is 2 times sod 7. 2 times sod 7. Remember, you multiply sod by sod, number by number. So this is going to be, you can't say 2 times 7 because 2 is no longer a sod. So now this is going to be 2 sod 7. This is the answer. So I'll be looking at the second question, which is sod 45, or rather square root of 45. So square root of 45 will be equal to, so I'll do the same here, applying the first law, trying to break 45, to simplify 45. So you know, 45 as a number is the same thing as 9 times 5, because when you multiply 9 by 5, you're going to have 45. And you know 9 has a square root, so it's not a sod, but 5 is a sod because you can't simplify it further. So it's going to be, you have to look for numbers that one is actually, you can simplify one further, like 1 is not a sod, while the other one is a sod. Like 9 is actually not a sod, sod 9 is actually not a sod, because you can simplify it to 3. You know, square root of 9 is actually 3. So this is sod 9 multiplied by sod 5. Sod 9 multiplied by sod 5, that is going to give you sod 45. So looking at this, I can simplify 9, because square root of 9 is 3. I will write 3 here, times sod 5. Okay, square root, you can simplify 5 further. So I'm going to write 3 times sod 5. Remember, because this is ordinary number, it's not sod. So you can't say 3 times 5 to give you 15. So you rather say 3 sort 5. Rather 1 is here, 1 times 3 is 3, just like I did here. Remember, sword multiplies sword. So this is going to be 3 sort 5, or 3 root 5, whatever. So this is the answer, this is the answer, this is the answer here. So now the third one, which is simplify square root of 12 divided by 9. So now there are many ways. I'm going to write this thing well. This is square root of 12 divided by 9. You can solve this thing in 2 ways. Okay, now the first one, you can't find square root of 12 directly. All you need to do is to break 12 down. There are 2 ways you can do this. Okay, now the first one is I'll break this thing into 4 multiplied by 3, because square root of 4 is actually 2, and so 3 is actually a sword. So what I need to do is to say, remember, I'm going to apply number 3 law here, but first of all, this is going to be sword 12 divided by sword 9. That is applying the third law. So I'll now break 12, because I can't get the square root of 12 directly. I'll break it down to 4 and 3. So this is going to be 4, square root of 4 multiplied by root 3. Because 4, square root of 4 times square root of 3, that will give me square root of 12 divided by sword 9. Already sword 9, square root of 9 is 3. Okay, I'll write 3 here. Now, looking at these numerators, I have sword 4 here, so it's going to be 2 sword 3 divided by 3. So this is supposed to be the answer. Okay, there are another way you can solve this, or I'll write or. Now, you may decide to, reduce the numbers. This is 12, this is 9. You may decide to divide 12 by 3 and also divide 9 by 3. That is to reduce the numbers, because 3 is a common factor here. So 3 can divide across 12 and also can divide across 9. So doing that, this is going to be such 12 divided by 3 is going to be 4. 9 divided by 3 is going to be 3. So this is 4 over 3, because you know that 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12. So since I have this, so this is the same thing as square root of 4 divided by square root of 3, applying the third law here. So, and you know that square root of 4 is 2. So this is going to be 2 over 3. So, but instead of leaving the answer like this, okay, there's what we call rationalization. I'm going to talk about it next time. So, because this square root of 3 is the denominator, you rationalize to make ordinary number to be the denominator. Rationalizing this, I'm going to multiply the numerator and denominator by this sword 3. Doing that is going to be sword 3 divided by sword 3. Okay, now 2 times sword 3, that is going to give me 2 sword 3 divided by 3. Sword 3 times sword 3, that will give me square root of 9. And square root of 9 is actually 3. So this is going to give me 3. So you can see I've actually arrived at the same answer with this. So this and this are the same. So you either do it this way or this way. Both are correct. So I'll be looking at the fourth question. The fourth question, which says simplify 4 square root of 2 minus 7 square root of 2 plus 2. Sorry, plus sort 2. So for me to simplify this, what I'm going to do is, because looking at these things, all these expressions have sort 2 as a common factor. So now, since they have sort 2 as a common factor, I'm going to factorize the expression. So doing that, I'm going to bring out 2 from all of them. Now bringing out 2, that will be sort 2. I'll put brackets. 4 will remain here, because sort 2 times 4 is going to give me 4 sort 2. So what will remain here is 7 minus 7, because you know that sort 2 times 7 is giving me 7 sort 2. Then plus, what will remain here when you bring out sort 2? That is 1. Because you know, if you multiply sort 2 by 1, you're going to have sort 2. So this is what you do, factorize, because all the expressions, they have sort 2 as a common factor. So now this is going to be 4 minus 7 is minus 3. Minus 3 plus 1. Minus 3 plus 1. So it's going to give me minus 2. Okay? So I will now have, this is the same thing as sort 2 times by minus 2. So which is the same thing as minus 2 sort 2. This is the answer. So I have the fifth one, which is simplify sort 27 minus 4 sort 3 plus 2 root 9. So I'm going to do the same here. Remember that this sort 9, square root of 9 is 3. Okay, but first of all, I need to break 27 down. Okay, because you know that 9 times 3 is 27. So I'm going to write, this is the same thing as sort 9 times sort 3. Remember, sort 9 times sort 3 is going to give me sort 27. And square root of 9 we know is 3. So I'm going to write minus 4 sort 3 plus sort 9 is 3. The square root of 9 is 3. So that 3, because it's now an ordinary number, 3 times 2 is going to give me 6. I will write 6 here. Okay? Now, looking at this, sort 3 is here and sort 3 is here. But first of all, before doing anything, I'm going to write, this is the same thing as square root of 9 is 3. Then 3 times sort 3, that will give me 3 sort 3. Okay, minus 4 sort 3 plus 6. Now, I need to factorize, because sort 3 is here, sort 3 is here, which means sort 3 is a common factor between the two. So, what I'm going to have, I'll bring out sort 3 out, put brackets, then 3 will remain inside here, minus 4. Okay, then plus 6. The reason is, remember I'm factorizing these two expressions. The reason is because sort 3 times 3 is going to give me 3 sort 3. Sort 3 times minus 4 is going to give me minus 4 sort 3. So I'm going to simplify by saying 3 minus 4, that will give me 3 minus 4, that will give me minus 1. So that minus 1 multiplied by sort 3, that will give me minus sort 3 plus 6, which is the same thing as 6 minus sort 3. So this is the answer.